This jump you can make without... Shit. You can also slide under these pillows. Shit! Someone was like, you need momentum to pass it. There's no momentum in Mega Man. You're talking shit. Fuck! Everything I say is based on my own opinions and experience. I'm not speaking for the public, and my feedback should be treated as such. You are watching Nico Evaluates. With 25 years of experience on Mega Man games, 7 years of doing the No Miss Buster Only challenge, and countless Snupster Races, as well as being the QA tester for Mega Man Unlimited, I'm here to tell you my honest opinion on different Mega Man games, so sit tight and learn. Hello people and welcome back to Nico Evaluates Mega Man 4. Well, we have 2 left before the Cossack stages. Let's just go ahead and do Drill Man first. Again, good looking stage. This time the pipes are clearly in the background, unlike in Toadman stage. The game just is... I can't not mention this every time, because the game just is so gorgeous. And for the most part, Drill Man stage is very simple up until the end. So there's not much to comment. I like most placements in this stage, and it just flows pretty much perfectly. There's stuff like that though. But you're supposed to react to it and not be a dumbass. Kill one of them at a time and manipulate the enemies, which I'm doing a horrible job here. Let's see how we would kill that ladybug. There we go, just take your time. Rough jumps here if you wanna be fast. And... love the bats here. Like, these rooms are extremely fun to me. Sure, you're gonna hit your head on that platform there once you jump. But it's not a problem here, I do like this. And the slide, it works so flawlessly, it's so fun to avoid stuff with the slide. Skull barrier comes in handy. This jump, very well done for a one-up grab. It is infuriating in purpose. Alright. There's not much to comment on this stage, I mean, it's fun. Kinda have the same feeling when I was doing Super Fighting Robot. I was just playing the game. Cannons, you can take them out, or what I always like to do is do a little hoppity hoppity. Let's see if I can pull that off. Oh shit. Well, close enough. I like most of these rooms. They're very well built. Like, there's no problems here. Hard to comment on something that's pretty much near perfect. E-tank refill is as low as the Robot Master fill up though. But each of these positions here are very nice. Just gotta be fast. Really likable. Well, here we have the end of the stage. And the same thing happens here. If you keep going back and forth, the rocks will just keep coming. There's no cooldown on it. So whenever you step on this specific part on the ground, the rock will fall down. You're just supposed to slide under it. You can of course farm them. The little pieces all drop items. And I like this combination of these flying enemies along with these rocks. And then you have the ground forming gimmicks here. First, teaching you right here what happens when you press that button, or rather touch it. Then you're just supposed to make a leap of faith, because now you know what happens. It just flows very nicely, and all of these enemies play very nicely together. This jump though, bit on the hard side, but it is at the end of the stage. But look at that. That is Drill Man stage. There's almost nothing wrong with it. It just flows nicely. Now to explain Drill Man though. That's another thing. I'm gonna put a chart made by Felon on the mini screen. Drill Man has a set of patterns. All of them have 3 moves. And what you can take out from this is that if you stay halfway from him, he will rarely go underground. Because if you're halfway, he will choose specific patterns. As you can see here, we are manipulating his AI by staying halfway the room length from him. Of course, that doesn't mean that's 100% success ratio, no. That just means you have the best chance. But I like to stay close. That doesn't have the best chance of him always attacking, but look at it, it just works well. If you're far away, he's most likely to dive. That's pretty much what I gather from it. So there's stuff you can do to alter his AI. That's pretty neat to know, of course. Pretty much nobody is gonna know that. They just play through the game and think, man, it's RNG. For the most part he is, but then you have to remember that there is code written in range-wise, so how far away you are from him, he's gonna do different stuff. Well, more likely to do different stuff. It's not 100% like I said, but that's pretty much how Drillman works. Just, I would advise just stay close to him, because it's easier to dodge the drills. But I do like Drillman's AI in some sense, and he's a hazardous robot master. You are gonna be scared of him. One of the harder robot masters in the game. I like his design and what he does and the moves. It's very unique. And this is one of the fights that is not boring. It's just very fun. Drillman gets a thumbs up from me. Very likable robot master indeed. Of course the RNG. Of course the way you manipulate his RNG is a bit weird. But nonetheless, I do like the fight. And that's what I got to say about Drillman. And with that, we get the powerhouse of the game, Drill Bomb. And Rush Jet. Which almost makes sense. Not like we're gonna get item 2 from Airman, right guys? That would actually be usable in that stage. Alright, last Robot Master before the Cossack stages, let's go. Pharaoh Man is very interesting. Scorpions just come up. There is Telegraph, but it's a bit fast again. But it's much better than what we are used to at this point. Love the bee as well in the top of the screen sometimes, dropping bullets on us. I don't think this is bad, it just goes on for a bit too long for my taste. Just keeps going. There could have been some platforms here and some obstacles as well, not just a quicksand portion. This jump you can make without... shit! You can also slide under these pillows. Shit! Unless they bury themselves into the ground as you're trying to do it. But you can jump over this with just your normal jump. Someone was like, you need momentum to pass it. There's no momentum in Mega Man. You're talking shit. Fuck! Most people probably use a utility on that portion, which would be wise. There we go. Man, you have your secret, which is the balloon adapter. Oh shit. Wow, nothing works against these guys except a ring. There we go. And thus we skip most of the stage. So we have to go back and kill ourselves to evaluate the rest. You still get to keep your item even if you game overed. Here's the balloon adapter, you can fire 3 balloons. And it's pretty much like item 1. But a bit better in my opinion. Has nice physics, as you can see. Oh! You can just fly over this whole section with Chet. But why should you? We like challenge here. There we go, so if you go down, it doesn't look like you're supposed to go here. But but you are supposed to. Look at the gorgeous flame there. The game does overuse some enemies a bit. They just appear all the time like these ladybugs on multiple stages. This guy is hilarious. The mummy can't hit the head though, which I always kind of wanted to kill. But I suppose it's okay like that as well. Doesn't take too many hits. The way it comes on the screen is a bit strange. Doesn't have a huge telegraph to it. If you're on top of that, once that happens, you are gonna get hit. But rarely does that happen anyway. You can also jump on the little explosion of the balloon as well, like that. You don't actually have to use the balloon. That's speedrunners like that trick. So this part is notorious for being difficult because the RNG on the bats. Sometimes they open, sometimes they don't. And when they open, it's gonna determine what you need to do in a rapid succession. That's why I don't like RNG on enemies. So that's gonna be fixed there. Just have the bats work the same way every time. So you can actually learn from your mistakes and not just die over and over on stupid shit. The clown platforms, as I always call them, they do work pretty well. I haven't seen any bigger issues with them. Unless you just land on the very edge. Holy shit! Then you might just clip through them. Or drop down and you can't jump. That's probably the only issue I've seen. Otherwise, they're fine. I don't recall. So now we're gonna see a bit of different RNG here on this part, probably. I don't recall having too many issues with these guys. Yep, we have completely different RNG here. Makes the section completely different. These bats up here are just for flair. They're not even a challenge, because they're not gonna reach you in time anyway. You're just gonna slide past them. This mummy is placed a bit roughly. There's not much time to kill it before it shoots the head, and that's probably where most people are gonna die on this stage. Unless you use weapons such as the Dust Crusher, which I believe insta-kills these. There we go. I'm just gonna learn how the weapons work and where. Very good stage otherwise. Pharaoh Man, one of the more rough robot masters. Unless he locks himself up, which he often does. So he just keeps charging like that and he does nothing else. And he's locked. He will fling out of it at some point. But his RNG, I think, works a bit the same way. If you're close to him, he will most likely charge shot. And if you're far away, he will most likely jump and fire at you. Like that. Now we're far away. He'll most likely jump. If we go far away again, he's gonna jump again, and again, and again. And now that he's close to us, he will charge shot. And he will keep doing this. So Pharaoh Man is the prime example of this RNG. It's the most easy, it's the easiest to see how it works here, because he's just gonna charge shot so many times when you're close to him. But really, I like Pharaoh Man's fights. I really do. It's one of the... let's not say one of the harder Robot Masters, but it's certainly one of the more interesting ones. Just a shame he doesn't have an attack where he uses the Pharaoh shots above his head and fires it out. He could have done that, because that's the way our weapon works when we get it. Other than that, Pharaoh Man really is a fun fight, and I am a fan of it. Pharaoh Man's just cool. Who can deny that? Pharaoh Man is one of the coolest concepts ever. That's a bit rough. If he, it's hard to read sometimes where he's gonna jump, so he can just land on top of you. Pharaoh Man is also the only Robot Master whose body does only 4 damage. I believe that's because he's so erratic. If he did 8, that would be a lot harder. All of the other Robot Masters in this game deal 8 contact damage. But that's it for Pharaoh Man. If you agree on what I said, leave a like. And if you disagreed, leave a dislike. Post Mega Man Stretch, so good. Catch you next time.